Well, the Palm Springs real estate market just threw us a little curveball. One of the numbers moved dramatically last month, and it changes how I'm looking at this report. Let me show you what happened. Hey there, it's me, Stefan, the Desert Bowtie agent, helping to make buying and selling in the greater Palm Springs region fun and easy. Every month I take the latest real estate numbers and I translate them into what they actually mean for buyers and sellers. And this month, there's one number I really want you to pay attention to. The big change last month was inventory. Across the Coachella Valley, we had just over 3,100 homes on the market. That's down 22.3% from a year ago. That is a pretty big drop. Normally, when inventory drops that much, you might assume we're heading straight back towards a strong seller's market. But that's not quite what's happening here. Because while inventory fell, sales also improved. Our 3-month moving average came in at 637 sales, which is up 7.36% from last year. Single-family home sales were up about 5.8%, and condo sales were up more than 11%. So we have fewer homes available while more homes are selling. That's the curveball. And it tells me the market is tightening a little bit, but before sellers start celebrating too much, there's another part to the story. Our months of supply is now just over 5 months. That's down 25% from last year. That's a big deal. That puts us pretty close to what I would consider a balanced market. Not a buyer's market, and it's not a seller's market. Both sides still have some leverage. Buyers have choices, and sellers have buyers. So neither side can really afford to ignore this market. And that's where pricing becomes very important. So let's look at home prices. Across the Coachella Valley, the median single-family home price closed at $650,000. That's essentially unchanged from a year ago. Condo prices are sitting at $465,000, which is up 12% over last year. So when we look at the valley as a whole, prices are not falling apart. But city by city, the story is very different. Palm Springs single-family homes are around $999,500, which is up 1.5% over last year. Rancho Mirage is about 1.07, up about 5.8% over last year. Palm Desert came in at $750,000, which is up significantly from a year ago. But Cat City is down about 4.5%, Indio is down 3.4%, and La Quinta, surprisingly, is down 14%. Which is why I keep saying there really isn't one greater Palm Springs region real estate market. Your city matters, your neighborhood matters, and price range matters. And property type absolutely matters. A headline simply saying prices are up or prices are down doesn't tell you nearly enough to make a good real estate decision. So now, let's talk about buyer behavior. 27.1% of homes sold above list price last month. That's down about 4.2% from last year. So yes, buyers are active, but they're not desperate. They're looking carefully at value. They're comparing homes. They're paying attention to condition. And they're willing to wait when the price doesn't make sense. That becomes even clearer when we look at the days on market. Homes are generally taking about 72 days to sell, which is pretty much unchanged from a year ago. Think about that for a second. Inventory dropped by more than 22% and sales increased, but homes are still taking roughly the same amount of time to sell. To me, that says buyers are definitely in the market, but they're being selective. If you're thinking about buying or selling, this is actually pretty encouraging. You have less competition than you did a year ago, and sales activity is improving. But lower inventory does not mean you can simply name your price. The buyers who are out there are educated. They know what else is available. They're watching price reductions, and they know when something feels overpriced. So your first few weeks on the market matter the most. A home that is priced correctly, prepared well, and marketed properly gets attention. But if you come out significantly above the market just to see what happens, you may end up helping your correctly priced competition sell first. And I don't think that's the goal. For buyers, I would not look at these numbers and panic. You still have options. 5 months of inventory gives you room to shop, and homes aren't disappearing overnight across the board. But I also wouldn't assume that waiting automatically puts you in a better position. Inventory is down, sales are improving, and prices valley-wide are relatively stable. So if the right property appears at the right price, it may be worth acting on instead of waiting for some giant market crash that the current numbers simply are not showing. The goal is not to rush. The goal is to be prepared. Know your financing, know your budget, know the neighborhood you're interested in, and know what represents good value when you see it. So what does all of this mean? I would describe the Greater Palm Springs region market right now as balanced, tighter, and selective. Inventory is down significantly, sales activity are improving, months of supply have dropped, prices overall are fairly stable, but buyers still have enough leverage to be picky. And sellers still have to earn the buyer's attention. That makes this less of a frenzied market and much more of a strategy market. And frankly, I like strategy markets because that's where good information really matters. Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling or investing anywhere in the Greater Palm Springs region, don't make your decision based on valley-wide numbers. Your specific neighborhood and price range may be telling a very different story. Send me a message and I'll help you look at what's actually happening around your property or in the area you're considering. And if you'd like a copy of my complete market at a glance with all of these city-by-city numbers, message me the word glance and I'll send it over right away. Now do me a favor, share this good news with a friend or family member who's looking to buy or sell in the Palm Springs region. And don't stop there. Check out my next video where I break down the 20 best things to do in Palm Springs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next market update. Bye! Share this with a friend or family member who's looking to buy or sell in the Palm Springs region. Changes how we look at this market. Hey there, it's me, Stefan, the There's a Bowtie agent, helping to make. God. Hey, it's me, Stefan, the Bowtie agent. Get it right one of these days. I didn't even have any coffee this afternoon.